Hello. Hello everybody. It's 7 o'clock. Is it 7 o'clock? I think it's 7 o'clock. I'm never quite sure. Am I? Does it matter? Doesn't matter. How are we? Good? How's your Saturday? It's been nice, isn't it? The weather's back on again. They fixed the sky now. Had a couple of days of rain just to make sure everything was okay. And now we're all back on track and we'll be allowed out to play very shortly. So that's the good news. Hello guys. Hello Jazz. Hello Paul. Hello James. How you doing? You alright? Hello, 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 hello. Start your comments. I know exactly what it is. I start to know your little pictures, even without, know this. Hello, Julie. Hello, darling. You all right? Hello, Ian. You all right? Couples, come on. Jazz. Hello, hiya, Jazz. We're having a good hello, Polly. How you doing? Hello, James. Hello, mates. I can just do this, couldn't I? Hello, Alison. Hello, Paul's back on. People are coming round again. What happens? Why do you sometimes come around again? Is it because you go away and come back? Hello, Sam. How you doing? You all right? How's everyone been? How your day's been? Been all right? Been good? It's been nice, hasn't it? How is it where you are? That's what I like to say, isn't it, on the shows? How's it where you are? I was facing myself. Emma, the Drake sisters. Both. Hello, Steve. Hello, mate. You all right? How you doing? Hello, Christine. Keeping in the family. So it all goes okay. Yes. Well, let me explain. Hello, Kim. Hello, darling. Hello, last night was because... Right. Okay. So as you know, I'm trying to get guests on the show, right? That's what does Miss Gerry think of the show? I'm sure she loves it, Paul. I'm sure she loves it. So yes, so I'm trying to get guests on, as you know, and I can't do that on Facebook as it is. Hello, Justin, because it doesn't allow that anymore. You can't. They used to do it, but it doesn't do it. So I tried to use StreamYard, which was great, but I think I made the mistake of putting my phone on at the same time. I think that's where I went wrong. By the way, tonight is all fine. Can you see me and hear me okay? Is the sound okay? Because I think last night, Mike, I was interviewing, was quite clear, whereas I wasn't. Am I right in saying that? And some of you, I think, who tuned in a bit later, tuned into the mobile broadcast. They're kind of different, weirdly. I don't know how it all works. Hello, Russ. Happy birthday, Russ. Hello, Ron. So that's why it was all a bit shy last night. So sorry for that. I know some of you sort of tuned in, because I know it's like nowadays in this current environment, if we're watching something online, it goes a bit dodgy for even a sec, we're off, aren't we? And I get it, I do the same thing, so I, totally empathise. Because that's the nature of the world we live in, isn't it, So it's, yeah, so what I'm going to do, guys, I'm gonna try this. So every night, I'm going to still do this on Facebook, right? But what I'm going to start doing on Instagram. So I'm hoping, hello, Andre, hello, mate, you all right? How you doing? I'm hoping you come across with me, basically. That's why I asked if you've all got Instagram accounts. I know half of you have. Hello, Karen. Half of you haven't. Hello, Dan. And obviously, I don't expect for a minute you're going to suddenly think, oh, will I get an Instagram account because Gerry's on there? I hope you do. Because, no, it's free, isn't it? There's no big hardship. But it's better on there because it means I can just get a guest on with the press of a button. It's really, really easy. So what I'm going to start doing is after this show, I'm going to start broadcasting on Instagram just for about 10 minutes just to see what it's like, really. Just to see if I can get some people on board. So... yeah, that's slowly but surely that's going to start happening. The goal is eventually, I mean, hey, how long, we don't know how long this is going to be going on, do we, actually? I may even do this when we're all back out to play. I'm not sure how it's going to work out, I don't know. But, yeah, at some point I will do this on Instagram, but not yet. And I'll keep you very clear. So it's sunny everywhere. Well, that's good news, isn't it? It's sunny everywhere. Great news, I think. I don't know you lot, but it made a difference to me. Because it was lovely. It'd been lovely, hadn't it, right? And this whole lockdown thing, weirdly, I don't know, Paul, will you check it out for me? Weirdly, even though it was lovely outside and we weren't allowed out much, I felt a lot better. I think everyone did. We kind of felt okay, do you think? But then when the weather got shy, I don't know about you lot, but suddenly I just thought, oh, life's a bit rubbish again. I sort of, I don't know, I just got a bit depressed, really. Got a bit down about it. Don't know, did you? Don't know. I did. Anyway, whether there is a thing that's sad, I believe in that, I think that's the thing. Hello, George. How you doing, buddy? You well? Good man, good man. I was looking up a few things today. Oh, famous birthdays. Russell Samuel's birthday today, people. So say hello to Russ. He must be 54 today, Russell Samuel. Sorry for outing you that, mate. But we were in the same class. So I think it's only fair that you take the heat as well. So Russell Samuel's 54 today. Also, it's Rock's birthday and Steve Dawson. Yeah, Rock and Steve Dawson. Not Steve Dawson. Did I just say Steve? No, I'm reading this thing. Rock and David Beckham. David Beckham and Steve Dawson. You never see them in a room together. Hello, Wayne. Hello, mate. Come on, son. Hey, come on. Come on now. Wayne was also in my year at school, but Wayne he's quite a lot older. So although Russell, I won't actually, it winds him right up. Talk about it, well, I'll leave it there, so he gets a right ump. So I'll leave it. Hello, Wayne, how are you, mate? My youthful friend. So yes, that's the Rock's birthday, Diane Beckham. Spot on with the weather, Gerry. Happy when sunny, but when the weather turned, I thought, I can't cope with this. Right, it's funny, isn't it? Because you almost think it'd be the other way around. You almost think that because we weren't allowed out, that we'd have sort of thought, oh, at least the weather's rubbish outside, we don't get anyway. But it didn't work that way. Just looking out and seeing the sun just made everything so much better. Hello, Steph. Hello, Isaac. Hello, Isaac. Is this your first time? No, it isn't. I remember you. No, I remember. But who are you, Isaac? Are we friends? We're obviously friends on here. You a friend of a friend? By the way, if you are a friend of a friend and someone's shared this and you're maybe at one of those watch parties, do the same. Do the same. He does look older, Ian. Yeah, but don't let him know, honestly, it's a right. Yeah, I know, Steve. I know you were the baby. You were the baby in the year, weren't you? I remember that. I remember that. Yeah, it was important when we were kids, wasn't it, by the way? Your age, you want to be older, though. It was the opposite. But when we were kids, it was really important, wasn't it? To be like, you didn't want to be the youngest in the year, did you? Like Steve there. You wanted to be like older in the year, didn't you? So, but I was sort of in the middle. What's that going in my nose? What's that line? There's a line that's going right in my nose. What's that about? Oh, I get it, yeah. Yeah, I was right in the middle, so it wasn't too bad. But it mattered when we were kids. And like, for girls, you couldn't really go out with a girl older, could you? There's the wife, by the way. Paul was asking what the wife thought of it, thinks of it. So, Colette, you might want to tell Paul Octavius what you think of it. Keep it clean, obviously, and polite if you would. But yeah, Paul, you can ask her directly. Sure, she'll have to. Paul, by the way, how is your lovely girlfriend over there in Italy? And thanks for sending me. Paul Octavius, who you know is a regular on here. He sent me, here he is now. Went to the office yesterday, feel better for it, surprisingly. Yeah, it's nice to get out about. So, I haven't turned me things off again, have I? Notifications. I'm doing it again. Don't I do that every night, pretty much, don't I? You know, start thinking no one loves me anymore. But it turns out it's because I haven't turned on me yet. No, she's good. Web chat earlier. What? You've been speaking to my wife earlier on web chat, Paul? What was that about? Oh, your girlfriend. Sorry, of course. Yeah. She's well, is she? I'm pleased, Paul, I'm pleased. Joy, Sharon, 20 hours of watching with you. Joy, Sharon, 20. What's that come up there? Oh, Joy, how you doing? Oh, Twin's on. Oh, Twin, how you doing? Oh, you're pouring in now. Saturday night. Saturday night's all right. Saturday. Oh, can't think of a single Saturday. Dancing on a Saturday night. God, show me age. Do you remember that? Who was that? Was that Billy Blue? Hey, little girl, get your dancing shoes, your gold satin jacket and your favorite blues, and it'll be alright. Dancing on a Saturday night. Do you remember that? Don't tell me you didn't, because you're all old enough. Who remembers that? Was it Barry Blue, wasn't it? Hello, Harvey. How you doing? It was Barry Blue, wasn't it? Dancing on a Saturday. Hello, boss. Hello, Glenn. Hello, mate, the twin. Saturday night, eh? Saturday night at the movies. Guess what picture we'll see? Oh, I like that. It was good, wasn't it? Ash says hello. I know he is. Hello, Ash. How you doing? Ashley Humwick, right? You know, when I read my book, I change the names because I'm not sure about the legality of it. But as it turns out, I mean, Ashley won't mind anyway, I know. But when I talk about my first friends, and I talk about, I'm not sure I changed his name or not, but I talk about two first friends, a boy and a girl. Ashley is the boy. He's the one who was a great footballer who I believe would have made it, but for I don't know, I believe, self-belief and injuries, more than that, but injuries, but also self-belief. You know, in Tolsbury, sometimes you can get stuck in a place like Tolsbury. Saturday night, all right for fighting. Yeah, when it does. We were talking about that, weren't we? You get stuck in a place, and you kind of feel, you set your own parameters, if you know what I mean, I think, sometimes. And you think maybe the world isn't for you. The world is for everybody, right? The world is for whoever you are. The world is for everybody. It's your world. It's your world. Remember, what am I preaching to? Do you know what I mean? I'm as bad as anybody, but it's the truth. The point I'm making is sometimes you can encage yourself. People do that. Races of people do that. I'm not going to get deeply into that, but it's true. How's your injury, Glenn, as soon as you've brought it up? How was it, mate? You thought you were better, mate? You weren't, Daniel. No. I'm sorry, mate, you weren't. Ash was the best. I was second. And you rest you can find out between yourselves. Hello, Joe. Hello, buddy. How you doing? You all right, mate? Hope you're well. Tim Hendon and Andy Murray are perfect examples. Do you think, Lauren, that's a good shout? You think that Tim Henman sort of held himself back? You think mentally he held himself? Is that what you're saying to me? I think it is. I've been like that in the past. Well, I am actually. I do. It's sometimes it's hard. Sometimes, you know. It's interesting, isn't it? The people that make successes of themselves are often children of people that make successes of themselves. Yeah, not necessarily because of the money they've got, because obviously that helps, but there's a certain mentality, as a can-do mentality, isn't there? We have fear of stepping out into the unknown, don't we? Whereas if, say, your parents done it, you're more likely to do it, right? That's what I think. Yeah, you're right. I think he did hold himself back. You're right there, Lauren. Right, guys. So, as always, we've got the quizzes tonight. We've got everything. As always, we've got everything. Don't know where to start. Oh, a couple of things. I was looking at this day in history, actually. Good, Paul. Good, mate. Glad to hear that, Glenn. Glenn's walking again, folks. So if you live in walking distance of him, I would suggest you move. Hello, Tracy. Bit late tonight, love. Oh, yeah, what have you been doing? Come on. Come on now. Right, just a few facts I picked up. Hello, Chloe. You're right, darling. The family are in. A few facts I picked up. May the 2nd, this day in history. Interesting facts today. First sighting of the Loch Ness Monster was later than I thought. I thought the Loch Ness Monster had been sighted like, you know, well, it's a long time, but it was 1933. I thought it was much longer than that. 1933 was the first sighting of the Loch Ness Monster by a Scottish man who was pissed. He was off his nut, obviously, and he spotted the Loch Ness Monster, and because of that, people have been spotting ever since. I'm saying nothing. What else happened? Well, 1945, the Germans surrendered to the Allies in Italy. May the 2nd, interesting. And Anthony just now, right, I don't know if you're all reading this. Ash was best, the rest of us were way behind him, including you. Listen, I was behind him, but a touch, right? That's a belief thing as well, by the way. If I went on a day I believed I could do it, I could be the best on the pitch. Anyway, watching you with the headset on. Must have been on an old vid. Hello, mate. Yeah, I don't know what that was, Joe. I wonder what that was. But sorry, what was I saying? 1945, the Germans surrendered in Italy to the Allies. So that was a big day, wasn't it? It was a big day. And the other thing was, Bin Laden, allegedly, was killed today in 2011. So what a big day in history, isn't it? What a big day. I feel a bit, you know, I've not done anything. Nothing I've done is going to go down unless I kill somebody tonight, which isn't beyond the realms of possibility. But speaking of killing people, oh, I've sort of blown it, really, haven't I? Oh dear, I don't know if I've... Right, put your hands on your ears if you're a Coronation Street fan. Right? Put your hands over your ears if you're a Coronation Street fan and you didn't see it yesterday. I realise I've kind of given it away, but anyway. Right? I'm giving you a second. Ooh. Doesn't matter if you're not a Coronation Street fan. Yasmin. Sorry, Jazz. Yes. Sorry, Jazz. I'm talking about Yaz, not you, love. Yasmin and that Bart, what's his name? Not Derek. What's his name? Oh, I've forgotten his name now. Jeff. Like your pink top. Do you like my pink top? Okay. Yasmin, right? That Jeff bloke's been treating her very badly, hasn't he? Been treating her very badly, and she sorted him out. Unfortunately, you know where this is going. Do you remember Deirdre? Remember the Deirdre won? The thing is, all the evidence points to her. Well, she has killed him, but it points to her, murdering, doing it deliberately, first degree and all that, whatever it is. Oh, so you know what's going to happen? She's going to go down for it now. Whereas really, she wasn't innocent. She has done it, but he most definitely deserved it. But it's going to be a big thing. I get you, Steve. Yeah, it's ready at there. So oh, speaking of TV, listen, you lot. Yes, it does go nice, my pink pen. Degrees of pink. Pink. Oh, let's get her on the show. Hello, Loretta. Hello, darling. You're right. I was going to say. Oh, yeah. Listen, you lot. Listen carefully. I don't like to recommend things for people to watch because, when you really like something, you really, really like something, then you tell someone to watch it and then they think, it's no good. They start slagging it off. You get a bit pissed off, don't you? Do you know what I mean? It's a bit like when you choose a name for a child and you haven't actually given the child the name yet and you say to someone else, oh, I'm going to call the kid that, and someone says, oh, I don't like that name. You can't use the name. They've spoiled the name for you. I'm a bit like that with things... Thanks, Sam. I'm a bit like that with things I recommend. So anyway, but on this occasion, I'm so confident that I started with Corrie, babe. I started with Corrie in 68, 9. So, I'm so confident that you're going to like this. The only trouble is it's on Apple TV. But if you've got Plex or one of those other things where you can get stuff, watch The Morning Show, right? It was recommended to me by my friend's wife, Emma Byrne. She told me to watch it. I've watched it. We've watched it. I'll tell you what, watch it. I'd love to discuss it with people. It's very emotive. I'd love to discuss it with people. So it's The Morning Show. If you get the chance to watch it, watch it. Right. Quiz time. This is a tough one. Now, who am I? I'm going to do first. Hello, Stevie. Hello, mate. Late to the party. It's good to see you here. Right. Here we go. You started watching it, Steve, did you? Good man. It's great, isn't it? It's great. Right. God, I definitely need a drink. Flet, I know you're watching. Any chance to give me a drink? Bring the drink up, love, so I don't have to leave the camera. I'm really, really thirsty here. Any chance of happening? Do you think? Please? Let's see if that happens. Effing Jeff. Yes, Loretta. What a nasty man. Right, I'm going to do Who Am I first. Who Am I's tough tonight. No cheating. You know, test yourselves. Test yourselves. But this is a good one. Well, it's a hard one. Here we go. Who am I? I was born in 1936, the son of a Yorkshire coal miner. Born in 1936, the son of a Yorkshire coal miner. Just let that sit there for a second. I'm looking it up. Just let it sit there for a sec. 1936. So, oh. I didn't even realise I'd spot pens. Do you know what? I haven't. It's magic. It's magic. Watch. Woo. See, watch. Whoa. Woo. 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 This ain't great telly, is it? Whoa. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Hey? Hey? Woo. It's impressive, isn't it? Oh, Lucy, you join me just as I was doing some magic. Very, very impressive. Well, I'm Paul. Can someone else guess apart from Paul, by the way? Thanks, Lucy. You're all wrong, by the way. You're both wrong. Keep going. I need to give you more, don't I? Need to give you more. I mean, Michael Parkinson was a good shout, actually, because he was the son. He's a Yorkshireman. I think he was the son of a. I think you might be right about him, but you're wrong, though. But anyway, here we go. Born 1986, son of a Yorkshire coal miner. Good shout, not Jeff Boycott. One of my earliest roles was in Z-Cars. Now, that is an age thing, isn't it? Well, I'm like Merlin. I'm like Merlin, amongst other things. Clue again? Of course I can, Alison. First clue was born in 1936, son of a Yorkshire coal miner. One of my earliest roles was in Z-Cars. It's a tough one, I'll tell you what. Paul Octavius. Sorry, Sam. Paul got you. I hope you're not looking up, Paul. I'd be very disappointed if you were. But how did you get it? Like, you looked it up, didn't you? I don't want to call it as, in a question your integrity. But I'll tell you what, that was bloody good. It's very impressive. So anyway, I'll read you the rest of the clues, as is my wont. Sam can have it. Oh, that's nice, Paul. Sam, you can have it from Paul, apparently. Ooh. Sam, you can. Oh, no. You're older than others. Yeah, you're a year older than me, I think, aren't you, Paul? Anyway, the rest of the clues were, so born in 1936, son of a coal miner in Yorkshire, one of the earliest roles in Z-Cars. More recently and notably, I played Richard IV in Blackadder. I think that would have won. That would maybe my comments first didn't. I impersonated Pavarotti in Stars in Their Eyes. Now, you may not have seen that. I didn't, but I thought that would, you know what I mean? Just the size and the voice and everything. And the fifth one was, this could have been the inspiration for a Monty Python classic. The Life of Brian, obviously. So, well done, Paul. Oh, Sam's having it, isn't she? There's no prize attached to it anyway. So, where's my joke book? Well, I said I'd stop doing it, didn't I? And I don't know where it is. Where is it? I've got this other book here called Top Tens for Men. I don't know if it's very interesting, though, really. I'm going to look see if there's anything. Pick an interesting fact out of it. For you, Sam. We couldn't what? We couldn't afford a TV in the old days. We had a little black and white TV. Do you know what? I remember getting a 28-inch TV. Might have even been 26. I remember what a big day that was in the house. Not only was it a big day, it was a bloody massive telly. So the screen was this big. The back of it was about 10 foot, right? We had to knock an extension through to get the back of the telly in. Otherwise, we were sat in front of it like that. Over the days. Teresa. Where have you been, Teresa Parkskill Vargas? Where have you been with all those syllables in your names? Where have you been? Top 10s. Top 10 films with the word in them. Right? This is interesting. Nil by mouth. Estimated total mentions 522. Twin Town, I'm only reading ones you've probably heard of. Twin Town 318. Casino 428. Samurai Sam 326. Goodfellas 296. All those films had the F word in them a lot of times. Just a little bit of interest there, or not. Right, another quiz. Film. You know how this works? I give you a sort of cryptic clue to a film. Now, whoever wins this is going to pick the poem. Now, no one picked a poem last night, so I wrote my own. And it's called, actually I forgot what it's called. What's it called? I'll tell you what it's called in a minute. On the Road Home or something. Anyway, so the film, here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. So what? You're telling me you start out as some flour and that? Oh yeah, some flour and some water and a bit of salt and some fat. Oh yeah. And what happened then? Someone stuffed a load of filling in, yeah? Was it fruit or meat? Oh yeah. And then what happened? Oh, they covered you with the same thing as your base. And what happened then? Oh, you're cooked and you're eaten. All right. What's the film, peeps? Did you get all that? Shit gigs. It's not a film, is it? What's the... I wonder what that was the answer to. Sometimes I forget what I've asked for, you see. So, no, Steve. Polly Hubble is just, you know, great at this. It was Life of Pi. It was Life of Pi. That's what it was. Life of Pi. See? A bit cryptic. Polly Hubble, once again, gets it. You have to accept it this time, Polly. No giving it away. You know, I know what you like. I know you're very humble. It was Life of Pi, folks. And Polly got it. Write it down. Polly. And Polly. Well done. Well done, Polly. Good stuff. The poem. What about the poem? You want me to read the poem? Oh, the poem. The name of it. Yes, of course. Thanks. Work Trace. Thanks. Honestly. I'm off my head. I don't know whether to do poem or book first. Poem or book first, folks. What do you reckon? Do you still want to hear the book, by the way? Actually, I was thinking, I don't know, is it still, I don't know. Still want to hear the book or not? Don't have to do that. Actually, whilst we talk about books, I started a lot of things in my life. I started another book years ago as well. And it's called The Life of Pearl, actually. And yeah, and it's very different from... Obviously, very different from my book. Obviously, it's a surreal book. So you want to hear the book? It sounds like a book. My book, presumably. This obviously. Right, two of you said book, so let's do the book. I don't like to do the book in the end because, as we all know, you can get a little bit sometimes. I don't like to leave you on that, so I'll do the book. Got it first. You didn't even manage to get here first, did you? Talking about. Look, he looks upset as well. Oz, have you ever won this? I mean. You ever won? You might get the music tonight, Oz. You might get the music. Listen carefully when I start playing the tune. Let's do the book. So I missed. Oh, sorry, Alison. Right, the book then, definitely. I'm doing the book now. Here we go. Let me get my cursor in. So this is chapter 5, which is entitled. Oh God. Okay. Strap yourselves in. I'm not going to change the names for this. Hello, Ian. I'm not going to change the names to this because you'll see why. So, this is entitled Friends Come and Go. This chapter. Right. One particularly prolonged period of grounding led to yet another significant chapter in my life. I don't remember the reason this time, but it was lengthy during the summer, the worst time to be grounded. When I was finally released, yes, I said and meant released, all the other kids were playing down at the marina pool. Now, I was a capable child and could do most things, but there are certain things that you have to be taught or at least exposed to, and swimming was one of those things that had passed me by. There are, as you'll have heard, many theories as to why black people can't swim, but I was simply never allowed to find out. This, like staying out, was just another thing I wasn't allowed to participate in. So summers were often a lonely time, as I'd have to wait for the kids to return from the pool in order to play with them. I'd spend the time honing my football skills alone on the wreck or convincing the weaker-minded kids that playing in a sweltering park was much more fun than in the cooling environment of the local pool. It was during one of these occasions that I met Richard Clark. I don't really know why Richard didn't play down at the pool with the others. I mean, he could swim, so there was no reason for him not to be there. Still, it was to my gain that he wasn't, and whilst everyone else sought relief from the baking sunshine, we had summers then, we'd be playing football on the wreck. Richard was another good footballer, but with a village that comprised 75% boys, you kind of had to be. He was a few inches taller than me, 2 years old, and had dark red-brown hair and freckles. The legacy of his Irish mother, I imagine. He'd stand in his black tracksuit top asking if I could come out to play. I always envied his tracksuit because it made him look like a pro. Whilst no team had black strips with 2 yellow stripes down the sleeve, he still looked impressive and authentic to me. We spent a few summers that way whilst the others swam, splashed, and the boys threw cockles at the girls. Richard was also unique in that he was one of the few boys Aunt Em quite liked. He was very polite and quite unassuming. She liked that. His mum was also one of the few that she'd not had an altercation with. So much did I like for him that he was the first boy I was allowed to go to the youth club with. Youth club was brilliant. I loved every moment of it. He and I spent most of the time playing table tennis. In fact, he was the only friend I've ever had where our time wasn't completely consumed with chasing girls. Richard, to many, would have been seen as the perfect friend, and so it was. We remained friends for a couple of years. It was a Thursday night in 1977. I know this for a fact because Top of the Pops was on and Don't Cry For Me Argentina was number 1. And playing as the knock came at the door. I opened the door and Ian Crockett. Ian was another friend, but at the time, not one of my closest, so I thought it odd that he was there at my door. Odder still was the fact that Aunt Em wasn't keen on him, so what had brought him to my door at 8 p.m? Our conversation was strangely brief and emotionless. He had a sad look in his eye when he made his announcement. He said very simply, "You know Richard Clark?" I said, "Yes." He's had a brain hemorrhage while playing football. Sorry, mate. What was that, I thought, and why is he telling me? The thing was that there were 3 Richard Clarks in Tolsbury at the time. Quite a coincidence for a relatively small village, but true nonetheless. And what's more, I had no real relationship with the other 2, and for some reason, it was only them I could think of. I don't know if it was my mind cushioning the blow, but it didn't dawn on me for some minutes that the reason I was being singled out for this information was because it was my friend. When the realisation dawned, I had another problem. What was a brain hemorrhage? I was 12 at the time and had quite a wide vocabulary, but until now this word didn't form part of it. I looked at my foster parents who had heard the conversation at the door. Their faces told me that something was wrong. Aunt Em then went on to explain that Richard had indeed died. I stood motionless looking at a picture I cut out from the paper of a Lamborghini Countach. It was white and my favourite car. The car I'd owned one day, I always thought. I sat motionless looking at it while Don't Cry For Me Argentina played in the background. The last words we exchanged were as we left the youth club that one evening. "See you, Paddy," I shouted. "Yeah, see you, Zulu," he replied. How I wish we'd exchange the secrets of the universe or the cure for cancer. Okay, I'll stop it there because that was going on a bit. But so that was another part. There's more to that chapter which I'll go on to later. I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, that was it. That happens as part of life. I'm not unique by any stretch, but yeah, I was 12 when Richard went, unfortunately. But of course, Paul, Richard Clark, your younger brother was the other Richard Clark, wasn't he? Of course, I didn't think of that. He was one of the other Richard Clarks. But anyway, yeah. So I don't want to bring you down. It's a bit sad, but hey, we can be sad and happy, can't we? Do you know what I mean? We can be sad and happy at the same time, if you know what I mean. Yeah, so it was sad, obviously, for a 12-year-old to lose his mate. But, you know, I like to think, I actually believe in reincarnation. So, you know, let's hope he's out there or been out there. Anyway, whatever. Let's do the music quiz. Tonight, it's actually one of my favourite songs, which won't help you at all. But, well, it might help some of you, actually. Try and keep Dawson off this one. I think he might be quick to this. So here we go, guys. So should we go to my grandma? When I visit Tolsbury. Oh, dear Rich. Dear Paul, I mean, sorry. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. Yeah, I've been down there as well, Paul. We'll talk about that one time. One day, we'll talk about that. Maybe we'll go down there together one day. Who knows? So here we go, guys. The music, as you know how this works. Song and title. Don't give away. If you haven't got them both, don't write it down, because you'll be giving it away. The first one I see on here is the winner. I think I'll swap pens. So here we go. Here we go, guys. Let me turn it on. Hopefully it's loud enough. No, Steve. Good song, though. Well, you know, Julie, you're wrong. No, you're wrong, and I'll tell you why you're wrong, because it's changed. Now, I know you think, hang on a minute, it's Luther Vandross, because Luther Vandross is the singer on it, but it's changed. And let me tell you, when he did this, when he did Searching, he was only the session singer brought in to sing on it. He wasn't the star in his own right at all. Change with a band. And another thing you might not know about Change is they're also Italian. Yeah, Change are Italian. So Steve's right, it was Change featuring Luther Vandross. He was a session singer back then. Great tune, great tune. So well done, Steve. Mate, you know, you know, what can I say? What can I say? Right down here. Steve. Lost it, where's it gone? Oh, I changed my mind. I was going to do something else. I always write down the song that I'm going to play, and I changed my mind. It was going to be something else. Do you know what? That song I wasn't going to... I want to scupper Steve. I want to scupper Steve. He's got great musical knowledge. I think I need genre. I think genre is the key to getting Steve, isn't it? Really? Yeah, Wayne, I thought, to be honest, Wayne, I did think you might have sneaked in with that one, mate. But you're a bit slow on the old... It's those old fingers, mate. It's got chubby fingers, won't it? It's, did you? Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, Ozzy, mate. Ozzy, did you know it, I was? Did you know it and you were a bit slow, or did you just not know it? Give me the heads up, mate, and I'll put something on. In fact, Oz, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give Oz a chance, because he's... And I'm doing it. Everyone who's watched since day one, which is most of you are here now. Everyone, I'm going to give you a chance. So what I'm going to say to you, Ozzy, Colin, right, is you tell me the genre. You pick the genre. You can pick the age. So age, you know, maybe the decade. Pick the decade. Pick the genre. And I'll play... The song will be from that, whatever you choose, right? I'll give you a little bit of a chance to get in there. Yeah? Is that a shout? It was a great song, Julie, wasn't it? Fantastic song. There's a town in the cold of night, looking round for the warmth of the light. There was fog on the road, so I guess no one saw me arriving. Can't do any more than that, because I get done for copyright, because it sounds... Doesn't it? Doesn't it? Feels like you're missing a bit of rock. Feels like you're missing a bit of rock. Feels like you're missing a bit of rock. Oh, rock! Sorry, I generally didn't know what the hell you said. Linda! Hello, my darling. How are you? How's the family? How's Ricky? How's my daughter? Hope you're well, Linda. You just missed all the quizzes. You missed the book. You missed everything. Well, you haven't missed is a poem, though. I think it's poem time, isn't it? So you guys, you did... Oh, who's picking? I've forgotten already. Polly's picking the poem, isn't she? Is it Polly? Polly, pick the poem. So yeah, so anyway, you lot hadn't chosen a poem. I can't remember who won yesterday. Whoever it was didn't choose a poem. So 1978, let me write that down. So tomorrow, right, for Ozzy, 1978. Oz, 19, oh, I'm trying to remember that. Right, so tomorrow's tune will be from 1978. All right, you got a heads up there, Cole. Right, so poem time. So the poem is entitled "The Long Drive Home." Now, I've noticed, and this is a shame really, but I guess it's Saturday night. They're all probably all doing their own shows. I can do that, Alison, definitely when it's your turn, love. Yeah, so there's no comedians on tonight. I was hoping there'd be some comedians on tonight, because this poem I'm going to read tonight will resonate with them, right? And this, hopefully you lot, when I read this poem, it will give you an insight into a comedian's mind, right? And the sort of stuff that goes on with us. So anyway, here we go. So the poem's entitled "The Long Drive Home." Here we go. Driving for miles, you get no more than a smile. This isn't what I signed up for. I didn't expect to raise the roof, but maybe just a little proof that they'd got what they paid for. I did the same stuff last night and everything dropped right. I had the Midas touch with my mouth. But now I just feel like shite on their heel as I make my way back down south. I decided to take stock, and I turn back the clock and think, where did it all go wrong tonight? Was it my stance or my flow? So much easier though, with the benefit of hindsight. My material's crap, it's holding its hack, it's all going straight in the bin. Even the wankers didn't laugh at my bankers, so I'm not doing those again. It makes me ponder and look back with fondness to those days when I was corporately active. How the packed central line and working till 9 suddenly seems quite attractive. Targets and graphs, the greed and the sharks, days I thought I'd never miss. Yes, I felt the gloom in enough boardrooms, but nothing as painful as this. to stand on the stage and witness the rage in their eyes as they burn right through. If you don't find it funny, you can have back your money. Well, you can't, actually. That's not true. It's just 20 minutes. There's no harm in it. It appears I just hit the wrong note. Don't get so vexed. There's another act on next. So please, take off your coat. Back in the car, I've not got too far, and I see a little ravine. Sounds dramatic, I know, but just for a mo, I think about never being seen. In that place back there, indeed anywhere. Guy went out on his sword. He hit the dizzy heights, just not on that night, and he never did any more. As morose as it sounds, don't let it bring you down, for it's something we performers share. Though I can't speak for them all, I think as a rule, for the majority, this is a fair reflection of our lives and how we survive the knocks we get on the way. From being on top to feeling like a flop, it's a price that we all have to pay. But tomorrow will come and I'll feel a little less numb and I'll reign on the stage regally. And they'll laugh and they'll cheer and they'll spit out their beer and they'll ask, why are you not on TV? And I'll say, thank you guys, I'm not certain why, maybe my face doesn't fit. And they'll say, that's not right. But they wouldn't have said that last night when the whole room thought I was shit. So I take to the floor and I milk the applause and I feel like the king of this town. My material's the best. How could I ever thought less? It's golden, the stuff I write down. So I'm back in the car and I've not got too far when I see a ravine on the right. That's no place for me. I'm the king of comedy. Well, at least I am for tonight. So that's, my mouth's dry. I wasn't getting the old custard corner mouth, was I? Tell me I wasn't getting custard corner mouth. Did you enjoy that, guys? That was a little insight into the mind of a comedian, which can be quite a manic mind. You know, we go up and down. It's lovely when you're king, but you have 999 gigs where you win. A lot of you have seen me, I think, live, and I think you've seen me win. I'm not sure if any of you have seen me lose. When you lose, that one, it's a very, very, very horrible place to be. Hey, again, I'm not alone, right? I guess it's the same for all performers, same for footballers, whoever, whatever. I didn't get a drink. No, I wasn't getting that, was I? I hate that. Hello, Sarah Lou. Just got in. But yeah, so yeah, you know, being a comedian, it's great, and I chose it. But the thing is, with being a comedian, I think, yes, I chose it. My choice. So you've got no one else to blame. And most of the time, thank you, Clay. Most of the time it's great, but like I say, on the time it doesn't work. It's a very, very, very... I did a cruise ship back before the... I got off just in time, actually, but back in February I did a cruise ship. And they said to me they wanted me to do 2 clean half hours plus my regular adult 30 minutes. So I had to write 2 clean half hours. I'm not a kid's entertainer, you know what I mean? You know, I did it. Long story short, I bombed like a mother. I just, honestly, I'd say, oh no, I hate that. Jeez, I was getting that, was I? I really hate that so much. Hate it. Oh, anyway, it's too late now. I might not save this. What's the song about? Yeah, I was on the ship and I died of my arse, proper died. And, oh, God, Jesus, Trace. Jesus Christ, on a bike, woman. So anyway, I died of my arse, that's the point. The point was that I was on the ship for a week. So you have to go and eat with those people. You have to mix with those people, and there's like 5,000 of them. And, you know, you got maybe 20 saying, you know what, that was all right, mate, it was them. But the others think you're shit. They don't understand. They've never seen you before. So they just think you're shit. And trust me, that isn't a great place to be. And when you're looking over the edge of the boat, just for a second there, just for a second, you just think, you know what? You know. But of course, hey, we all have our moments, right? But then you remember, hang on, 999 times I do this. It's fantastic. And I've been doing it for 18 years. So you think, shut up, Gerry. Get back on stage and shut your mouth. Right, peeps, I hope you've enjoyed tonight's show. I have. I've had a nice show tonight. Right, just to remind, oh God, it's the final tomorrow. God, I nearly forgot myself. Right, tomorrow, I know I can't swim. That's the whole point, Christine. The whole point. Think about it. Tomorrow, it's the finals of the Euro. Oh God, I was meant to call them today. The Euro 2020 Keep It Uppies. It's the final tomorrow at 3 p.m. Right, it's going to be live. It's going to be live from either the Euro 2020 Keep It Uppy page or my page, right? Or maybe both, if we can make that. I'm not sure. But it's like tomorrow, the finals. So that's happening tomorrow. Then at 7 o'clock, the show's back on as normal. I'll be here. And I think we're going to get a very special guest on tomorrow, folks. I'm fairly sure. I'm not even going to tell you who it is, but I think we can get a special guest on. So, cheers, Steve. So, guys, listen, you've been lovely. Hey, there was some sad bits in there tonight, but that wasn't, this wasn't a sad thing, right? The point is, after all that happens, all the sad, but there's always good stuff. Always good stuff on top of that knocks that down, right? Cheers, Stefan. It's always good. Just remember the good stuff. Be positive. I don't want to get I'm starting to get preachy about this. I'm not a preachy bloody, or am I? Maybe I am a preachy person. Maybe I didn't realise, and maybe I am. I don't know. But anyway, guys, listen. Have wonderful Saturdays, right? And tomorrow, 7 o'clock, please. What's that shit? I'm out of the boat. Oh, back at 8. I was, mate. The music, the tune. Cole, well, I'll tell you what, Cole, I'll save that. I'll save the 1978 for Monday, all right? All right, guys, listen. Love you all. Happy Saturdays. Amen. No, it's not chicken. It's Italian tonight, as it happens. Cheers, Ian. Thanks, buddy. See you later, guys.